am afraid of roads at 21 from an encounter from 8 plus years ago. Hi, so as the title says, I'm 21. Not sure if gender matters, but I am female. Now, this might sound maybe a tad bit overdramatic since it's been years since this incident has happened. That caused this fear, but I just want to get it off my chest. That's great. Therapeutic, even. As someone who doesn't really talk about it, I personally find this encounter super creepy, especially getting older and being able to look back on it. I've learned a lot from it. So maybe posting what happened could either guide others to stay alert that it could happen to them or know the signs. I live in rural Ohio, so there's not much that goes on here. We don't live in the best area either, with lots of druggies, PDF files. Just if you have kids, you really shouldn't live around here basically. When I was younger, we didn't really worry much about anything happening to us or questionable things due to the fact that our family is known in this area. My grandpa was a known cop for many years and was extremely respected, and people knew he would fight over us. So nobody really messed with us. We also lived around multiple other children our age. It wasn't uncommon to let your kids run around by themselves before nighttime. Sounds like my childhood because our neighborhood essentially relied on each other and the other kids to keep each other safe. And it worked for the most part. Sounds like you had a great childhood too. We knew what people to stay away from, and they knew to stay away from us as well. When I was in middle school, the bus ran at 7 a.m. and we will have to be at the end of our long driveway by 7 a.m. to catch the bus on time, and this happened during winter, and our bus tended to be late sometimes and will reach us around 7:05, 7:15 the latest. But we made sure to be out at 7 a.m. in case they were on time. It was me and my two cousins. One was 4 years younger than me, and the other was a year older, but we were in the same grade. Okay. The road is straight where our driveway is, so cars come by multiple times, and you will be able to see if a car was slowing down and such, and they'd see us well as well. We were always told to not stand by the end of the driveway and always keep a distance, so if a drunk driver or whatever happens to swerve, we will be okay for the most part. I agree, I do this also. The traffic is insane here. And always keep distance, so if a drunk driver or whatever happened to swerve, we will be okay for the most part. Okay. We were at the age where me and my cousins, who was in the same grade as me, essentially babysat the younger cousin, and we didn't have an adult company accompany us at the end of the driveway anymore. It was super cold that day, and the sun was just coming up, and we were annoyed because the bus was late while waiting in the cold. I hate that. I noticed the car was coming, and again, this happened all the time. So it wasn't like I was checking it out or anything. I just noticed it and went back to listen to music on my phone. Oh, you were rich. Just kidding. I hear a loud brake sound, so I look up and the car is in front of our driveway, now fully stopped. The man in the car was waving his hand toward us to signal us to come closer to him, and of course, I refused and was frozen in my spot because this never happened before. He could tell we were obviously shaken back by this and said he worked for a school but was lost and he just got hired. He named the school that was an hour away. Remind you it's past 7 a.m. at this point, and I immediately knew he was lying. It didn't make sense to me why he would be lost at a job he said he already got. That's a good logic for a kid. Plus, it's being this late. I think he will already be at school. Yeah. No way he will be lost to the point he's an hour away from the district. At this point you are losing your job. Job. And signaling children to his car the way he did if he was a teacher at all. It also made no sense to me logically how he would be lost from a job he obviously had to go in to get hired for. That's true. This was before Zoom and all those things, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure also. I immediately said, I'm going to get an adult, and he clearly panicked and said it wasn't necessary and he just wanted to get us closer. Bro. And show him where to go. I pointed straight. I truly don't know the direction to the district, but that was not my main focus, honestly. Yeah, my focus is to get at school. That's it. My cat. Um, I told him to go straight and he ignored me. My little cousin was moving towards his car, bro. And I grabbed him by his hair and kept him by me. Wow. I refused to let go of his head. You gotta do what you gotta do. Sorry. Sorry. um I'm shaking and I'm trying not to show. I'm scared because I don't know what's about to happen. The driveway is a long one as well. Like, I truly didn't feel safe turning my back on him. I have my other hand on my phone and I'm shaking, so I'm struggling with gloves on, but I'm able to call my mom, and thank God she answers. She usually will ignore my calls and be on the phone with her boyfriend. Girl, what? The guy gets out of his car when he sees I'm on the phone with someone, and I start immediately sobbing and telling my mom there's a man out there and I think he's going to hurt us. Smart girl. She comes out running, and the second she gets closer and he sees her, he bolts back to his car and dashes away. A car that was around the corner of the road also dashes away as well. Now, looking back is even more scary since it was just someone who needed to get past said car that was in the middle of the road by our driveway. They would have just either honked or gone to other lane to pass them. They definitely also saw the entire thing. It didn't get out of their car to help us or anything. So it makes me think they were also in on this entire situation. I think so also. I'm forced to go to school that day and my mom calls the cops, and when I get home I found out even more horrible news that just made me realize my gut feeling was correct. My mom told them the car and how it looked and such, and they found an abandoned car that matched her description just up the road. So they found who it belonged to and eventually found out he wasn't a school teacher. No surprise there. He worked on the barges. The cops said they thought it dealt with sex trafficking from the looks of it, and they didn't even catch him since they already left on the boat or whatever. Who knows what would happen if he got on of us? I don't wanna know. You don't wanna know. I'm assuming we would have been on the boat and horrible things would have happened. It still pisses me off that he was never caught. He had a plan, that's for sure. And possibly other kids were victim of this. Oh, I hope not. It's truly terrifying. And to this day, I refuse to go near the road. I still have recurring nightmares. Girl, I will have to. I'm always on alert now too, which I most definitely should have been more alert then. But I was just a kid and clearly didn't realize how it would affect me in real time. That's true. You often realize how cruel the reality is when when you grow up and realize things. That's why be careful what happens around your kids, because you're like, oh my god, they don't realize they're kids. Yeah, but that kid will grow up and he will realize what is happening, and it will be traumatizing. That being said, hope you learned something from this story. I really want that. And thank you so much for staying with me. If you like, please like and subscribe and share maybe. And if you like the way I narrated, just, I don't know, like it, comment. I don't know what to say. I'm so bad at it. Yeah. Stay safe. Bye. Bye.